Hi, Cal from BHP UK, and as most of you are going to know that we are absolute Ducati fans, and in particular we absolutely love the Ducati Multistrada range. And if you're a Ducati Multistrada fan, today is a really good day because Ducati have just announced the launch of the Multistrada V4 RS. The Ducati RS formula is to lose weight and gain power, and to do so Ducati have put a full carbon fairing on, carbon front fender, carbon handguards. They're using a titanium rear subframe that's going to have on top of it mounted the new tail section with integrated grab handles. On the video the bike looks absolutely fantastic with its iceberg white livery. It'll still have the same single-sided swing arm as the Pikes Peak, and it'll have a dry weight of 211 kilograms. Which is about 3 kilograms lighter than the Pikes Peak and about 7 kilograms lighter than the S. As far as the chassis is concerned, it'll come equipped with Öhlins EC2 suspension. We've absolutely loved the suspension on our bike. It'll have a Brembo Stylema brake on 330mm rotors. It'll obviously have the full suite of electronics, 4 modes, ABS, traction control, wheelie control, and in addition to the standard Multistrada, the RS will have engine braking control as well. Obviously, that's all well and good, but let's get to the really interesting part, which will be the Panigale based engine. It's going to have the Panigale Derived Desmo engine, 1103cc. It's going to be slightly different though to the Panigale engine in that in stock form it'll make 180 brake horsepower, and with the race performance oil and the race exhaust it'll make 195 at the crank. 20 brake horsepower still down on the Panigale, and that we believe is going to be down to the retuned or redesigned for the Multistrada throttle bodies and intake trumpets. Now, the reason that they've done that is if we compare the power plot of a Panigale, which you can see here in blue, compared to the power plot of a standard Multistrada. Before we tuned it, we ran it in really well and it made 156 brake horsepower. But at 6,000 RPM, it's making 93 brake horsepower compared to the stock Panigale of 57. And the Panigale has this huge dip in it and everybody notices it. You've got to keep the bike above 6,500, 7,000 RPM to really keep it in its sweet spot. Now, you're not really going to want to do that on a touring bike, or I mean, even if it's a very, very quick touring bike like the RS, you're not going to want to do that. Incidentally, we can actually tune out that great big flat spot in the Panigale engine. You can see here with the red plot, that's the power plot after the tune, where we can totally eradicate the big dip in power at 6,000 RPM. And it's my belief that they've tuned the intakes, the trumpets and the throttle bodies to give you a more progressive power delivery at the bottom end of the rev range. But when they do that, you also alter the volumetric efficiency of the engine, which means it's not going to give you the power at the top end, and keep the bike within European emissions regulations. Interestingly though, I'm wondering when, at some point, bikes will get variable trumpet lengths. Now, Ducati are owned by Volkswagen Audi Group, who also own Porsche, and Porsche for quite a while have been using the Vario-Ram system. 97, I believe, don't quote me on it, but Porsche introduced a Vario-Ram on their 993 car. Will we ever see that in bike technology? I don't know, but it really will give us the bottom end and the top end, and maybe we'll see a Multistrada making the full 220 brake horsepower. And the Panigale actually making power below 6,000 RPM. The bike will come with a dry slipper clutch mated to a close ratio gearbox. 1 to 5 will be fairly close, and I think they're going to give you a tall 6th gear to help you with motorway cruising and highway cruising. The Multistrada forged wheels will obviously shed some weight from the bike, and obviously because it's a rotating mass, it'll really help the bike tip in and handle in a sporting manner. This will be a numbered bike and it's priced very, very reasonably in our opinion. Do go on the Ducati website, get all the information from there. I'm sure they'll be updating it very, very quickly, and there's going to be more and more information available on this bike very, very soon. We personally can't wait for it to be released. We've already been on to the dealer and we've put a deposit down on one. We have currently in-house developed a bespoke decap pipe for the V4, and we really are looking forward to developing a full tuning package for the RS. We'll keep you posted, stay tuned. Please do hit the like and subscribe buttons. They really helps us out and it'll keep you notified of any new Ducati content that we bring into the channel.